Okay, so for this video, I'm going to show you how to model environment in low poly or stylized mode. So, if you can remember, I give you an activity and make sure to model in low poly a real object or a real photo of a bahay TV, which I downloaded from the internet. So credit to the owner. Plus, I will also show you some sample work from another source. Okay, so again, credit to whoever is the owner of these images, okay, as our sample for the style that I'm looking for. So I'm going to show you how to model the canopy for the tree and how to do the house, just a basic like the bahay table. So let's proceed. I prepared here 2 spheres. Okay. Now I'm planning to make a boolean to this sphere to combine them. Okay? Because I can sense that this is the simplest way that you can model a canopy to make these canopies together. Okay? But take note that if you're going to use boolean, take note of the topology that your object will have after you boolean your 2 objects. Okay? So this is how I want my 2 spheres to look like when they boolean union. Okay? If I'm going to analyze this, these segments doesn't match the segments that I have on my bigger sphere. Okay? So as a first step, if I'm going to model it, I'll try to, as much as possible, match the number of segments of the bigger sphere with the smaller sphere. So with that, I'm going to delete this edge. Okay. Edge. Let's use the delete tool. I have here 3 vertices. Okay. However, the form of my small sphere is now doesn't look good as the original one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust this. Okay. So we'll do the editing later on. Okay. Let me just match it first. Object. Now that we have almost matching. So go to object on and then building. There's my building. Building. I hit number 4 here in the However, the topology is not flowing nicely. Okay. So these parts has more number of edges to our ideal number of 4 edges. Okay. So I'm going to edit this. So one way to edit this is to make this like this. Usually, what you can do is merge this together. You can do that. Yeah. But for me, what I do is create and connect here. And then it's safer as it will not um, distort the object. So I'm going to delete this. Okay. And then let me check the other parts. So this one, I'm not sure if these parts are connected, so let me do the edge. Check. As you can see, when you zoom in, there are two vertices. They're not connected, so I'm going to cut it. Somebody asked how, what if my two edges or two objects, even they act as one but doesn't cut? Okay. It's because they're not really connected. They just look connected. So I put some here. So same thing here. So this is how you're going to clean up your boolean object. So the boolean code is there to use. Okay, the reason why I forbid my students to use it is because they tend to rely on it rather than trying to model smartly. So I don't see this there. Let's try Shift key to snap, enter, and then edge, and then let me do it. Same thing here. Let me zoom in. So I'm going to cut it. I doubt if this one are connected also, so I'm going to snap. So this one I need to connect. Now the only thing that I'm missing segments is this one. So let me connect this first. I have an extra edge here or vertex here, so maybe I can delete that, or what I can do is connect it to that corner. Why? If I try to delete these two, okay, if I'm going to delete these two vertices, these two faces will just have three edges in place. So that's a dry face and that's still good. However, the nearby face has more than 4 edges. So maybe we can use this face to split and compensate with the points here. Okay. I have two options to do it. Okay. Maybe I can just cut this and loop around to connect on the other side. I'll just leave it around. However, of I was able to retain 4 edges here and was able to cut the 4 edges here. However, for this face, it has more than 4 edges. Okay? Now, the option may be I can just cut it all throughout to the end. Okay? However, when I try to hit number 3, there are chances that this line that you created or you added will be sharper than the other one. Of course, as you can see, the flow of topology is not even, so it will create a slightly dent on this area because there are 2 nearby edges around it. Okay, so for me, if I'm going to fix it, instead of creating a loop around, what I'm going to do is cut it here. In this way, I was able to maintain the flow of topology for the that connects the little sphere with the other or the bigger sphere. Now, if I'm going to count the number of faces, I have here, let's say, edges on a face. I have here 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it goes the same way on the other side. Okay, so when I hit number 2, it's smoother and better. Okay, so this is the point that I'm telling you about modeling smart than modeling in what you think will be easier to do. Then later on, when you need to fix the topology, it's harder. Okay, this one, we have to think ahead that whatever you're going, think ahead. What are the actions that you're going to do? Okay, so you can prepare for it. Okay, so if this is too much of a connection, I can just scale it up so that it doesn't look like just a two sphere that was binded together. Okay. So I can also edit this area and then I can also edit this area to make it okay. Or I can increase so you already have a kind of tool. Now for the branches, okay, I can just maximize this since I already selected this. I can just extrude this once and then pull a little to create a sharpness and then scale it down. Oops, do not use the R, but rather you use the toggle scale and then extrude once again and then pull this R. You can also scale it down. Do not use the WP bar, but instead use the toggle for the extrude tool. Okay. So I can extrude it again and pull this one. And scale. So this time I want these to meet at one point. So what I'm going to do is select this. Now this time, I wouldn't be able to boolean these two because they're already together as one object. So what I'm going to do is attach manually this trunk or branch to the other side. So in preparation for that, I'm going to target the place where I'm going to attach this branch to the other branch. So currently I have 2, 4, 6, 8. So I need 8 segments. Okay? So what I'm going to do is prepare 8 segments to wave. So I'm going to insert a sheet here. Maybe another. Insert a sheet here. And then insert the edge of it. Okay. Why do I added 3 segments? Because I'm going to prepare to merge it here. Let me count the number of vertices. So I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And however, we cannot merge this if these faces doesn't have a hole. But before I cut it, okay, let me round it off so that it's not too far from the roundness of this branch. So I'm going to scale it, but before I scale it down, let me go to my tool setting, okay, and then scale. If you hit scale, you have an option to whether orient the center to the object or the component which is selected. Okay. However, I don't think I can use the selected component, but rather I'm going to have the object center. Okay, and then if I try to scale this down, the problem is it will pinch, okay, and distort my branch. So what I'm going to do, I don't want that. Okay, on my tool setting, I'm going to have it transform within the surface or within the edge. Okay, let's try within the edge. I want to keep the branch look, but it will not distort my object. Okay. With the tool scale using the transform constraint using the edge, okay, it deforms a little. So let's undo that and try surface. So the transformation will, the scaling will happen within the roundness of your surface, object surface. So if I try to scale it down, look what happened. Okay. So which do you think is better, the edge or the surface? So it's up to you. Which one do you think you choose to as as an editing option to your object? So I can also scale this up so it will support the roundness. Okay, now now that I'm okay with the shape, okay, select. Okay, let me check if I have unnecessary selection, and then delete on my keyboard. Okay, let me hide this. Yeah. And then control vertex. I'm going to rotate this to meet so they can meet together. Okay. The reason why it's distorting, I forgot to turn off the constraint transform. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I have two ways to merge them. It's either you bridge or you append or you merge. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to brackets. I might use a pen tool. Yes. Okay. Now, some of you might use gauge. Some of you might use fill. So it doesn't matter as long as you were able to fill up the area. So let's try to move the vertex because it's different from the okay. Let's use the pen tool. So the last part I'm going to use fill. Now that they are together, binded or attached together, I can go back to surface. So if you turn on the surface, I wouldn't worry about having my object distorted or the vertex pick out too far from the original surface. Okay, so it's unadvisable. I would advise you to use this tool when you edit your object. Okay. So there are times when you do not use this option. The tendency is there are times that the vertices or the components will move too far from the surface of an object. I think we're good for this one. And then let's go to number 3, and this is now how it looks like. Now you can just extrude this area and then it up. Okay. Make sure to not forget to turn it off when you're not using the surface constraint. So let's do it again. Let's do it again. And then we go to focuses. Let's do it. Up. Okay, I think that's about it. Okay. The idea here is to model smartly, to think ahead before going too far from editing. If you rely too much on extrusion, there are times that you wouldn't be able to handle the topology correctly. Okay. if you plan ahead, or if you try to visualize ahead before start modeling, then um, you you will be able to think or process properly what are the tools that you're going to use in your model. So same thing if I want to this one, since I already have uh, uh, information that I can use to extend or add another branch. So if I try to scale it out, scale this down, and maybe scale this up, and scale, and then I go to this one, or I go to this one, scale this down, so I have it rounded approach. So this time I don't have to delete the pieces because we need the piece. Two. However, again, I forgot to turn this one. So it's two. I have a bad looking extrusion. So I guess that's about it. Making sure that you have you were able to think ahead, um, or visualize ahead your model or the object that you're going to model, then you wouldn't be you wouldn't be having a hard time modeling. So that's about it. For the next video, I'm going to show you how to model maybe a structure. By the way, don't forget to delete the history, because right now my notes has two unnecessary objects but has history. So not to complicate your scene, don't forget to delete that history. Okay, object. This is Miss Lab, so watch out the next video.